Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Code Sports, and we got the sports section today. We talking about the Eastern Conference playoffs, and then we also going to talk about the Western Conference playoffs. So on the East side, we got the Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. Ooh, a throwback battle, right? We're not used to seeing those in the Eastern Conference the Eastern Conference Finals, but we are used to seeing them in the battle it out in the playoffs, some legendary battles. So we got the Knicks coming in with Jalen Brunson leading the way. You know what I mean? With a serious supporting cast. The one thing I like about the Knicks is I like the chemistry that they got coming from out of college, right? Them boys got 3 guys off of a national championship college team. And to some people, that means nothing translating into the NBA, but it's just like pulling up to the court your whole life talking about like, we got our 5. You know what I mean? If they still had DiVincenzo, I think they'd be even more deadly, to be honest with you, because chemistry overcomes a lot of things. It really does when it comes to playing team sports. Chemistry is probably one of the most important things. You know what I mean? So by Mikal Bridges, Brunson, and who is the third Villanova player over there with them? They had DiVincenzo. Damn, it's not coming to me right now. I'm going to pull up the Knicks roster real quick. But yeah, by them having them Villanova boys over there, they getting the job done, man. They tough. They gritty. They know how to walk you down if you got a big lead. Brunson never going to stop attacking. His style of play is very durable and good for the playoffs because he knows how to use his body and his strength to make space to get shots off and get his buckets. And so though he's playing in the playoffs and playing tough and playing big minutes, he can get baskets every night because he's not overworking to get his buckets. So that's one thing I like about Jalen Brunson, and I like about the Knicks team overall. But yeah, man, in a real way. Oh, and Josh Hart, that's the other Villanova player. But they got Karl Anthony Towns. You got OG Anunoby. You know what I mean? They a strong team. You know what I mean? And I'm not surprised that they doing what they doing, to be honest with you, because when you get into the NBA playoffs and you got to beat a team 4 times, coaching comes into play, toughness comes into play, grit comes into play, mentality comes into play. It's a lot of intangibles that come into play more so than just, do we have a more skilled roster on paper, and did we have a better regular season? Because now you about to play us in a series, and we're gonna keep seeing you. We're gonna make adjustments, y'all gonna make adjustments. We got a long roster of people that we can sub in and use for different things, and so do y'all. It turns into chess, and so it's a different game in the playoffs. And so all that regular season this, regular season that, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked the Pacers did the Cavs what they did them, and I think the Celtics dropping the first 2 at home, it shows that even if they stay healthy mentally, they weren't in a space to beat the Knicks. They just weren't mentally. Something about them felt like they was gonna be able to lay their jerseys on the court and get a W. When you gotta come to get it done. You know what I mean? So I like the Eastern Conference Finals. I won't make a pick just yet, but on the Pacers side, you got Tyrese Halliburton that's coming in with a major chip on his shoulder. I'm talking about a Dorito on his shoulder, a Cheeto Puff on his shoulder, a Ruffle. I'm talking about he has a Tostito on his shoulder. I'm talking about Halliburton been going crazy all playoffs long. His pops talking crazy, talking cash shit. And the Pacers just coming in, they're a tough team, and I think they match up very well with the Knicks. I think the Knicks are a bit tougher, a little stronger, a little bit more physical, but the Pacers play faster. And I think they're a bit more offensively balanced than the New York Knicks are. So we're going to see how everything shake out, man. I think that Halliburton keep playing the way he playing and really take on the challenge of attacking that Brunson matchup. Well, they may or may not match up, right? Because these guys don't be guarding their position. But it's a lot of hiding on defense and all of that. It ain't the old way. But if he's just trying to outplay him, in the matchup, I think they got a shot. But we'll see. Would I rather see the Knicks in the finals? Yeah, I got to see Madison Square Garden for at least 2 games in the NBA finals, on the TV. I got to see what that's hitting for. So I'm rooting for the Knicks, but I'll give y'all my pick after some further analysis. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's move on to the Western Conference Finals, right? You got You got the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the OKC Thunder. With the Minnesota Timberwolves, you already know what it is. They coming in, Ant Edwards, everything. You know what I mean? They're a tough physical team. That seems to be the theme of the playoff teams that are still alive in it. I would say out of all the teams that are left, the Pacers are probably OKC probably the most finesse team left in the playoffs. So you got the Minnesota Timberwolves that are very, very tough. Very, very extremely tough. They coming in with Julius Randle. He playing like a man possessed. He got a mission in mind. He got his mind on a mission. He's being a great number two. He's somebody Anthony Edwards can genuinely rely on and call on in these playoffs. I think that he's in a rhythm. So I don't see him stopping. He's gonna get to his left hand. He's a bulldozer. He's strong. His jump shot falling. So if he can't get over that right shoulder, you know what I mean? If he get into a step back package, if he get downhill on you, Jew putting the bag together. I like how Julius Randle hooping, but Anthony Edwards is, he gonna do what Anthony Edwards do. And I think it puts us in a situation to see an amazing series coming up. The supporting cast, though, I'm gonna need to see something. I ain't gonna lie to you. I need to see something. DiVincenzo had a rough series last series. Yeah, he sure did. Dante, he played okay, but okay really ain't gonna get it done. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need to see Dante DiVincenzo step up this series. And who else needed? Oh, Naz Reid came to play. He been playing well all playoffs. So if he stayed the course, we gonna really see what it's hitting for. Now OKC coming in, Shai just a bucket. Shai going to get 30. Anthony Edwards, he can match up with him man to man if he want to, but he gonna have to do it sporadically because Shai will get you in foul trouble. Ant got that type of spirit, and I love it, but you'll lose a couple games just by taking yourself out the game because Shai will get your ass in foul trouble. So Shai gonna do what Shai do. I think the supporting cast is gonna tell the story for the Thunder. If Jalen Williams come in with his mind right and he understands that he can impact the game multiple different ways on different nights, and if he can commit himself to what night is for what, I think they got a real shot. And what I mean is, look at how they playing you. Look at how they scheming. It might be a night for you to have 11 assists. Jalen Williams is that type of guy. He can do that. He can go get 12 assists, 13 assists. With the amount that he handles the ball, if he understands the way they covering him, finding the open man is what it's going to be all night. If he understands that early, he can facilitate just like a point guard. Flat out. He's a point forward anyway. And then you got Shai that's just going to go get 30. They might try to scheme him out and drop him down to 24, 25 on a bad night. But if Jew got it going, I mean, not Jew, but if Jalen Williams got it going, or if Chet can hit a couple threes, that's always a bonus. He get his little sneak stuff around the rim, his little putbacks, little chip shots here and there. He gets around the rim. But if Chet can hit a couple threes, certain games, that's gonna put them ahead in a real way. And I think OKC has the advantage on the bench based on what I saw last series. DiVincenzo got to show me something. Jay Will coming off the bench for OKC, I like that better than DiVincenzo. So, you know what I mean? We got to see it, man. These finals got a lot of young dogs in it, and that's what I like. I like seeing the young dogs scrap it out. Jalen Brunson is probably the oldest dog in it, you know what I'm saying, coming through like a vet that got something to prove. It'll be amazing to see a New York Knicks NBA championship. But if I got to tell y'all the truth, I think the championship coming out the West. But I'd love to see the Knicks play for it. All day long, I'd love to see the Knicks play for it. But we're going to see how things shake out, man. I'll be coming through with more coverage going into game 1 tomorrow so y'all can put them parlay slips together and I can help y'all get a little bit of money. But, yeah, man, without further ado, we all for the NBA Conference Finals, man. It's going to be some dog fights, and I'm here for all of it. Make sure y'all tap in with the Classic Code Sports so y'all can see what's going on. For sure.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow. They don't